Good morning, interwebs. It is 4:22 and I've been up for hours. I just didn't pick up the camera this morning. Let's see, I got up, turned on the computer, started to write up a pattern that I've been working on last night. I was telling Steve I was working on this shawl that I mentioned last night, the sun thing, yes. So I started working on it and I had this I knew what I wanted to do and I was figuring out how to get it done, but I knew that if I stopped to try and write down what I was doing that I'd lose it. Does that make any sense? So I just kind of went with it and made things work. And I knew too that the stitches that I was using were stitches that I'd be able to go back and read my work so I could pull the pattern off it that way. So that is what I did. So I got up, I did that immediately because I woke up thinking about it, because I'd gone to bed thinking about it. And then I had a donut. And then we watched Gilmore Girls. I made taco bowls for lunch, hung out with Steve, had myself some chocolate chip ice cream. It was tasty. And then I just came out here to get some wood because while it is beautiful out here today, it is still pretty cool. And I noticed, oh, I don't know if you can still see it. I may have jabbered on and it might be over, but anyways, you can see it over here. So we were having the coolest thing that I think happens this time of year with our spring clouds. Yes, okay, I think you can see it over there. So you see how it's light and then it's dark? There will be cloud shadows that fall on the hills and stuff, and it's just so cool. I also noticed that the dandelions are returning, and I know that lots of people hate having dandelions in their yards, and they go to great lengths. Even around here, there are people, especially that live in town, that have very strong feelings against dandelions. But my family loves them. They're so pretty. They're like little pops of yellow all over the yard, and the kids really like them. And I think the kids want to try and make dandelion tea or something. We tried it with the leaves before, and we haven't ever really drank it. I do know that you can make it from the flowers, but it involves a lot of the flowers. You have to pick the petals off. See if there's enough over here. There are. I can have the kids come pick them later. No, but I think we still might get some more, maybe tomorrow. So that is kind of what I am up to, is just put wood on the fire. Came for a bit of a walk in the sunshine, and the sun has come out since I've been out here. Oh, now you can see it better. Okay. So, you see how there's dark spots? There will be cloud shadows. And the wind is picking up, so you can see the wheat all blowing. Don't like the ocean, but I sure do like to watch the wheat waves roll. So, okay. Now that I've enjoyed my out of doors and my chirpy chirpy birds that you can kind of hear, just a little, I shall go back in and finish working on that pattern and stuff. Maybe I'll make some tea. Maybe I should make some tea. So Jen asked me a while ago if there was going to be more construction happening, when this room is going to become something other than the old kitchen. And it is. That's still in the game plan. Number one, I have to clean it out first because we've been moving things out kind of as we use them. And now we're kind of to things that are just kind of in the cabinets. A few of them are things that we only use seasonally, and we haven't been in the seasons where we use them. And there's a bunch of stuff that just needs to get cleared out. So today, it was really nice out, and I wanted to go sit outside kind of. But there was still some construction stuff on the porch and my sitting spot, and anyways. Then I really, really, really wanted to come and sit in this room, and I was going to come in here and crochet, and I was going to bring in one of the chairs, which is ultimately going to end up in this room, and sit in here, just for the sake of doing it. Except it was too big of a mess, and I felt bad sitting in here not doing something productive. So instead, I was productive. So, as you can see, I cleared off this counter and all of this, and there's a cat. Jezebel's happy. She now has another horizontal space, and that. This is all stuff that's getting given away. And then I'm putting giveaway stuff into this cupboard. And I think there's a couple things down here. Yeah. So things that are given away are in there. I cleared out. That drawer is now empty. I emptied the cabinets up here. Everything's emptied off of here. This is my spice cabinet I still need to go through. I also went through and got all the things that I wanted out of this used for my baking racks and stuff for, so that is now empty. So now I basically just have from here over to finish going through. This is going to be kind of a pain because it's got dishes in it. Most of them I think we're going to get rid of, but I do want to keep some things. That drawer is empty, thankfully, because that was utensils. So spices, plates. Under here is where we have all of our plastic ice cream buckets that we use when it's canning season for different things. So those are going to need to find a new home. I think I have a plan for them to be stored in the utility room. I just need to, you know, put that plan into action. Then this is all things that need to find a home in the new kitchen, like vitamins and Motrin and stuff. And then our 2 salad spinners that we use when we can, cookie racks, those metal, these are like old metal like trays. And I don't use them very often, but when I want to use them, they are like the only solution for what I want. I've also found that they're really useful if I'm making quilt blocks. You can set like the pieces, if I cut them out, I can like set them on there and I can stack the trays. So, can't get rid of those. And then in here, top drawer is empty. That drawer is basically just full of birthday candles, which need to find a container. The other drawers are empty, and then there's just a few things left in my baking drawer that now that I have cleared up some space in the new one, I can put in there. I still have to obviously deal with that box. This one is a mix of herbs and tea, and these are sweet potatoes. So I do, and a bunch of them are still good to eat, so we just need to eat them. But I am making progress, so that is good. So to answer the question of is there more construction coming, it is. In part, we just needed to get things cleaned up. Steve needed to be cutting some firewood because the wood has to season before we can use it. It's not like you can cut it and immediately burn it. We've tried that in a pinch, and the fires are not very good. So you need to burn it like, or cut it like a year in advance and then let it season, which is basically like drying out. So he has cut a lot of wood. I think we're at a good position for wood. He still wants to cut some more, obviously, but we're not super concerned with where we're at right now. He is starting to put things in the garden. That takes up some time. And then, you know, after we finish the kitchen, well, finished, it's still a work in progress, as is our life. After we finished it, we went on vacation. Several of them. First, I went and saw my parents, and then a while later, we all went to California, and that just kind of, it takes us a while to get in and out of our being here and being gone. So that is kind of where that is at, but I am getting a little antsy for this room to be done. I think we're thinking it's going to start happening kind of soonish because we have a TV upstairs that I think we're going to throw out. We could bring it down here and use it to play like the Wii and stuff till we get a new TV, but I think we're going to throw it out as like our impetus to make us finish this room. So, well, give it away. Get rid of it, I should say. So we, it's coming. Slowly but surely, this room is coming. And a lot of it just involves cleaning things up and dealing with the mess, which I'm not always in the mood for. And, not to mention, the money train just doesn't stop by our house daily to drop off money. I don't know why. And we paid for everything in the other room in cash, and we've been paying for all the smaller improvements throughout, you know, the process in cash. We just need to wait for the cash to reaccumulate after every pay period now, because we kind of had been stashing away stuff, so we had like a stockpile. Well, we kind of ate that up. So I think we're in a good position to finish all this stuff, paying for it with cash too, but that does mean that things kind of have to limp along here and there. So now I'm gonna go and finish putting dinner together. So I am headed off to bed here fairly shortly, but this evening was spent parenting, yay! And also I worked on my Afghan some more. I got another, well, I got from the marker to the end done, so like, I don't know. I did 12 rows yesterday, and so I think I did at least that many today. So that's good. It's almost, I think I'm like, I don't know, less than 10 rows from being done. But I did kick myself in the butt and went and filmed some stuff tonight, so that was good. I'm only about halfway through the pattern, though, because I'm actually filming, like, I don't know, an in-depth crochet tutorial, or however they've been being labeled, even if I am not particularly going row by row. But so I'm filming this one row by row, and that just takes a while. So I think I filmed like 25 rounds of a toy. It just takes, like I said, it takes a while. So I'll finish that tomorrow probably. And I'm trying to think if I did anything else. Oh yeah, I was going to change my profile picture on Facebook because I realized the one that's up there is from the birth announcement for my oldest son. So it's like 4.5, almost 5 years old. And I also have brown hair in it. And so I figured I should change it to be more like I look. And I was trying to find, I don't have very many still pictures of myself or that are croppable to like my headshot. And that's what I want for my Facebook profile picture. And so I was looking and I was going to just screenshot something out of the vlog. Because like, hello, how many hours of footage at this point do I have? Not only edited footages, how many hours of raw footage do I have of myself? A lot. But since I talk to you, my mouth is always moving. Even when I smile, it's not like a still camera smile. It's my mouth is moving in words. And even if you get the right frame, then it's awkward and half the time I'm blinking or something. So, needless to say, I couldn't pull that off. In a way, it made me happy. So, I will have to remember on a day when I am slightly put together to take a selfie or have Steve take a picture of me or something, so that I can have a new updated profile picture. That was a really long explanation for the fact that I tried to change a picture on Facebook and couldn't make it happen. There you go. Long story shorter. Anyways, I am going to go to bed here pretty quick, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.